Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside ESPN's John Anderson, here's Emmy Award winner Homer.
I'm not wasting any time. I'm not saying anything because I want to interview John Anderson of the University. No, it's not University of Missouri. No, it's University of Missouri and ESPN because he's actually still with ESPN. Man, by the way, I also want to declare, it has nothing to do with the show, but I want to state it, that people should understand in the world we live in very soon, it will be determined that every 100% of humanity has some sort of disability. 100%. That will be the accepted belief. We're not there yet, but it's coming. All right, that had nothing to do with the show. Now, on to John Anderson. I just wanted to have it down for August the 13th because when it's said 3 years from now, they go, damn, Homer said that on August the 13th. All right, John Anderson, what do you want to start about it with the Olympics? Kung Fu Kenny, man, thought he had a chance, but he really wasn't in the 100, had a chance of the 200. And then what the hell is going on in the 4x100? They've screwed it up now, what, 3 or 4 Olympics in a row?
Oh, 5.
Take it away.
They've screwed it up 5 or 6 in a row. I don't know what happened there. You want to talk about a whole group that's psyched out. It's unbelievable. Kenny, first off, let me just say, I'm so happy to be back. I had a great time. It was but just that France is great. But you know what they don't have? Ice. I am so happy to be back and have ice. Like they have pictures of ice cold Coca-Cola. You know what they don't have in
exist.
They don't have ice.
Yes.
Like what is that?
I don't know. I was there many, many years ago, and no one explained it. But they don't have ice for water. They have ice for nothing. They don't. No. What is it about? Do you know why that is, or do you not even care? It's just like you don't have it. But yeah, no ice for soda. No ice for water. Nothing.
Yeah, didn't really dig into that.
But you were smart enough not to drink their water, right?
Yeah.
I did that, and that was not wise.
But I'd point at the picture. I'm like, see, look, here's the Coke. And you see the ice? Like, do that. Anyway, I don't know. If I had the answer to the 4x1 question for the U.S., I could go to USATF and make $1 million.
But they're so much better that they don't even have to do the exchange well, and they would still win. Is that accurate, or am I wrong in the 4x100?
This year, yes. When the Jamaicans were really good the last couple 4 Olympics, no. You know, when they had bolt anchoring, they would have had to been really, really, really good. And this one was it was on Kenny, and he took it. He was bad in the exchange zone. I don't know if he got a rush of blood to his head or what. And Christian Coleman ran up on him. It was terrible. The rest of him, though, he was actually brilliant in the 100. That dude ran 9.8 mid, which is impossible against a bunch of sharks. So that he was 6th, I think, is really, really good.
But he did well in the semis. Was he second in his, or?
Yeah, I think he might even he's second or he won, but those guys all kind of crank it up a little bit each round. So where they finish there is not a big deal. Like he ran, I think, the fastest ever first round time in the 200 because he's just in shape and that's how he runs. But to run second and get another silver medal was really good. I don't even know if Lyle's healthy was going to get him. And the kid from Botswana, this Letsile Tobogo is just phenomenal, and
he was too good, right?
Running for his mom, and he was just so good. And then he showed how good he was at the end of the Olympics when he ran the 4x4 and nearly got them past the U.S. So, listen, other than the botched handoff, all that does is put that group in a list with all the other guys.
No, it means that Kung Fu doesn't have a gold. I mean, gold and 2 silvers is sweet. You got to have really 1 gold.
I hear you.
Can he be there in 4 years, or is that too late?
No, I think he's got 1 more in him.
All right.
Yeah, I think he can do 1 more. Yep.
So
you never know come around.
So Rice Lake, will they say home of 2 silver medals? Can you get a sign for your city with 2 silver medals?
I think you could in Rice Lake. Yeah, you should. And then what we do is you put double Olympic medalist. You don't bother with the color. You just, there he is. Right. 2-time Olympic medalist.
Medalist in 2000, was it 21 and 24?
Yeah.
And that's all you do?
200.
Yeah. All right. Should we work on that? You going to put me in charge of that? Or if John Anderson calls him, it's going to have a little more impact. But
all I know is that there was a gal that finished third in the 400-meter hurdles, and she was just devastated. And the guy I was with was a wonderful British commentator who I split the duties with. His name is Rob Walker, and he's great. He's just grandiose and hyperbole, and they're titans of sport, and they're going for.
When were you? Who were you doing this for? I didn't know. I didn't listen.
I did it for a group called Olympic Broadcast Services, which is the broadcast arm of the IOC. Oh. And all those things that we do get sent to every English-speaking nation in the world.
So I could have listened to you live?
We were on Peacock every night. You could have been on NBC and watched those guys. You could have been on Peacock, and you could have watched me. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Glad you were there for me.
Hold on. I want to apologize. You didn't do a good job of informing me that you were available on Peacock. You know, you'd think, Pebble, if you did a show with someone and you were at the Olympics, hey, Homer, I know you're old.
Hey,
and you
can heads up.
Peacock every night. You know the one event I would have watched because I want to know if you would have said 7.5 or the other guy would have. And I apologize because I should let you talk the whole hour. I thought of you with the guy in the pole vault. Because you said he's going to break the record again. Yeah. And he's from Lafayette, Louisiana.
He's as Cajun as they come.
Well, so he doesn't compete for America? What?
So his mom is Swedish.
Fine, I'm happy for her.
She's Swedish and came over here to run at LSU where she met his dad.
Right.
So he has his choice, and he could be a pole vaulter here and make roughly what an Uber driver does.
Fine.
Or he could compete for Sweden and be a millionaire.
Well, but wait, couldn't he be an American and then go over there in Europe, as many have done, like Kung Fu Kenny, become a professional track athlete, and you'd make the same amount of money? You don't? He would? No? Oh, then that's easy. I bail on the U.S. quickly.
Yeah, no. That guy is that guy's getting $500,000 a year just to wear somebody's watch, and they're not paying people here in Timex or Seiko or Rolex.
And they love it because of his mom, or
yeah.
They don't
he spends a lot of time there. He's becoming more. He's getting into the culture more and more. He's spending more time there.
But born in Lafayette, Louisiana, right?
Pardon me.
Born. I saw his model. I saw his significant other, whatever. Yeah, she broke the world record too. I don't know what the event was, but
born and raised in Louisiana.
So do they have we should check. I mean, I've been in Lafayette, Louisiana. I played tennis there in 1973. I think Joe Dumars, wherever he went to school, McNeese State, I believe, is in Lafayette, Louisiana, though it's not called McNeese State anymore. I think it's Louisiana Lafayette. More than you need to know. He better have something damn on that city, right? Or do they not want him because he doesn't compete for the U.S.? I wouldn't care.
No, they love him down there. And no, McNeese State is still McNeese State. And Louisiana Lafayette, which used to be USL.
Oh, and Lake Charles. I was there too.
It used to be USL, and now it's just Louisiana.
Am I right? Did Joe Dumars go to McNeese State? Or am I?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I worry you get old, I make stuff up. Mm-hmm. All right, back to
you obviously think you got him confused with the great high jumper Hollis Conway, who
without
went to
a
USL.
doubt. I didn't know how you knew that. That's
the other great part about doing it for the group that I did it for is you never have to have to say anything other than metrics. So the guy who won the high jump jumped 236. That's all I had to say. 236. Missed a couple times at 238. They had a jump off. But
you didn't say, excuse me, I'm American. We don't go with that.
I said track fans know how high 236 is.
I don't know. No, I don't, and I have no intention of it. You did 7.2.5.
Do you want to know what the winning height was?
Are you going to give it to me in that goofy thing? Or
no, I'll tell you what it is.
I believe it was 7. No, it wasn't 8 feet. 7.10.
236 is 7.8 3/4.
Okay, so they haven't gotten as much better as I would have thought. I would have thought by now somebody'd be at 8 feet. Am I missing something?
No, only one dude. And there's been one guy that was close. Guy that was third. He's kind of past his prime. Guy named Mutez Essabar Shim. Barsham, and he jumped 243, which is 7'11 1/4.
Are you surprised as I am that no one to this point has done 8 feet?
Well, one guy has, but it's been 40 years, so 35 years. So I'm a little,
Who did 8?
Javier Sotomayor, 245, 8 foot and 1/4 inch.
I'm sorry, the 245. I lost
8 feet 1/4 inch.
And nobody has matched that in how many years?
since he did it in 90-something.
Was he? Did you think he had a little something in his system?
He actually got suspended, but it wasn't for steroids. He got suspended for doing coke.
Flying without a license?
For doing coke. He had to take 2 years off because of that.
So I assume he's the greatest high jumper ever, right?
I think he's second.
Uh-oh. Dwight Stones? Valerie Brummel?
Valerie Brummel. Nice. At least you're going way back.
No. I gotta go with Boston. Who's the guy, the American, in the 60s? He was the high jumper. He wasn't the long jumper. He was the high jumper. Boston, yeah, I think. I'll have to go back. Anyway, I'll look it up. But anyway,
John Thomas was great. From
John
Boston
Thomas
University.
was good. That's not the name. I'll think of it. But anyway, so who's the best ever?
This kid from Qatar, this guy Mutez Essabarsham, who has 3 world championships. He's got an Olympic championship, 2 silvers, and a bronze now. He's the only guy ever to medal in 3 Olympics.
So he's just too old now.
4. He's only like 33, but he's had a back injury and stuff. But he's jumped over 240. So he's jumped over 710 and a half 13 times. He's the best. He's the best. Sotomayer's got a gold medal and a silver, but
I keep thinking of somebody from is that the Prime Minister of Israel or Golda Meir? Isn't that? I can't get that out of my head. I think she's from Milwaukee, actually. As a matter of fact.
Yeah.
All right, back to
yes.
Keep going. I can't talk because I feel so bad, and I don't know if I'm mad at me for not listening, for you for not telling us. Because I'm telling you this, I'd have been listening to every second that you did the high jump, saying, "Come on." I would have even taken the metric number. What's the metric number for 7.2 and a half?
220.
220. All right, maybe I'll remember that because of the. All right,
220.
All right, so
that's the great thing about track people. Is like they remember their personal best. They remember their times. You could ask a track guy, "What's your PR in the 100 or the 400 or the 1500?" And they'd come out like that, and you'd go, "When's your mom's birthday or when's your anniversary?" And they'd have to sit and think about it for a minute because they all know all their stats. But if this, when's your anniversary? And they'd go, "God, I don't even." It's January something. And he said, "What's your PR?" They go, I ran 3:30 in the 1500. I did it on March 3rd and it was raining and I was wearing a blue singlet and green shorts. It's crazy how those people, what they remember.
All right. I'm going to back up and maybe do take 2. John Anderson was at the Olympics for 2 weeks. And I just want to know what you're going to start with. Somebody says, all right, what was the best? What do you want to lead with? When anybody asks you about the Olympics, other than, of course, they have no ice.
Yeah.
But from the athletic standpoint, because I think you appreciate WOW, and that's why you're perfect for all the track and field. And the fact that, I just want to let the audience know, the fact that you don't give a damn about track and field and that we should be talking about the Packers, I don't care. This man did 7.2 and a half, and he was at the Olympics in track and field, and maybe we can learn something.
Well,
take it away.
As I was talking to the guys in front of you, I feel bad. I missed 3 whole plays of Jordan Love. Like, you're kidding me. This is what I come back to, that I missed one. He threw one pass backwards or whatever that lost 5 yards, and then he threw a touchdown pass. And you're filling your days on this guy's 3 plays. Like, come on. We can go an hour without having to talk too much about that. I would lead with this because when you commentate, because it was global, you try to be as neutral as possible, right? You're a global service. Now that it's done, I would go, the most impressive thing, because I only called track, that was the only thing I was there for those 11 days, is that the U.S. track team mopped the floor with the rest of the world. They were unbelievable, top to bottom, throwers, jumpers,
Did
runners.
You expect that?
Well, we always have the best team, but I didn't expect it to be like that. We were good in Tokyo, but we only had one guy who won an individual medal, and 2 gals. 3. Anyway, so this time, top to bottom, they were just amazing, which was, we won the 100. We had a guy who won the 100. We had a guy that was second in the 200. In third. And we had a guy that won the 400. We had a guy that broke the American record, still finished 5th in the 800. We won the 1500. We medaled at 5 and 10. We had a guy that was second in the high jump. The women's side was the same way. Won the 200, won the world record in the 400 hurdles. If you haven't ever seen Sydney McLaughlin-Lavrone run, you're missing it. She's better than any. She's the best thing out there. So it was great. They just were great.
Who?
A woman named Sydney McLaughlin-Lavrone. She competed in
the hurdles or something too.
400 hurdles.
Yeah.
She ran a time so fast. She was in one heat and was so good that her time in the hurdles was faster than everybody else in the race in the 400 without the hurdles.
No, there's no way.
Yeah.
All right, so she's, isn't it Edwin Moses? Who is the great?
Yeah. Edwin Moses, yeah.
Is she doing it faster than he did it?
No.
When she does, then I'll move her to the next level.
Well, how about this? She ran, she set the world record for the 6th time. She ran 50:37. And in the entire world, there are only 24 women that have run faster than that without the hurdles in the open 400. That's how good she is.
That's
how dominant she is.
That's not possible.
That's how great she is.
Well, no, are her legs that long that the hurdles don't even
She's just
bother
that
her?
fast. She's that fast and that technically great. She's so far ahead.
So she is the most dominant American track star, male or female?
She and probably Ryan Krauser for the men. Yeah, the shot putter, who's won his 3rd straight gold medal, which is pretty amazing.
Wow.
Listen, I'm telling you, all the athletes are there. Everybody you want to see is there. And then this is just a side note because this will be great.
I don't know who any of them are. That's the problem.
You should.
Well,
you pay attention. I know. NBC needs to promote more than just Noah Lyles. I'm with you. And when we come back from the break, I'll tell you why now I have to go buy a goat.
Excuse me, could you repeat that?
Yeah, I got to go buy a goat.
The professor.
I don't know where I'm going to keep it, but I'm
the goat specialist. You don't know this, do you?
No.
Goats are very, very important to the lady who has a clinic in Haiti. And goats change these families' lives because of all the things used for goats. So, yeah, the goats are like $100, and I buy a certain number of goats each year. And I'm legendary as the goat guy.
That's fantastic.
And now other people do it as well. And and the other thing is the male goats have a hell of a life because you don't need to buy many males to take care of a number of future. They have we bought 50 goats, 3 males, and that was enough.
Sure.
Oh, baby, they're busy. Well, all right, the goat, you need to get a goat.
I got to go buy a goat.
All right, we'll find out why next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on 94.5 ESPN.
We do have an accident eastbound 94 at Highway 83 off on the left shoulder. So watch for those delays heading through that area. We've also had an earlier accident at Beloit Road on southbound 894. That one has finally been cleared out of the way. Do still have some delays from Beloit Road down and around the Hale interchange onto 894 eastbound. Eastbound 94's got backups from 92nd Street all the way through to about Hawley Road and then again right through the stadium. On the westbound side, backing up from 13th Street to Mitchell Boulevard and southbound 43. Pretty heavy from before Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge down to the KK River. Traffic is brought to you by Johnson & Sons Paving. Follow the 3 R's of asphalt maintenance to avoid minor issues becoming huge headaches. Reseal, repair, and replace. Learn more at johnsonsonspaving.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mainly clear skies, a low of 64. Tomorrow, mostly to partly sunny and warm, a high of 82. Weather's brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All the big plays.
Crushed. Left field. Way back. Gone.
Every single week.
Here's the pitch from Abreu. Oh, he drilled him on the shoulder, and the benches are starting to clear.
Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio happens right here.
In there, and that does it. History in the desert.
Tune in for baseball's biggest matchups here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming on the Wisconsin On Demand app.
You've paid too much for that nice ride. Why put it through a gas station car wash when you can treat it to Tsunami Express instead? At Tsunami Express Car Wash, you can expect nothing but the best with unlimited wash memberships, state-of-the-art wash technology, and powerful free vacuums. With their 5th location opening at 5209 West Fond du Lac Avenue in Milwaukee, make sure to stop by and get a free car wash from August 21st through September 1st. That's a $22 value for free. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at TsunamiExpress.com.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman here for Carbless, my go-to drink this summer. Handcrafted right here in Wisconsin, Carbless is a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila cocktail. Perfect for hanging out on the patio by the grill, chilling on the lake, or tailgating at the Brewers game. Plus, it's got 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. All summer, make sure you're following Carbless on Instagram at Drink Carbless for your chance to win a Summer Bliss prize package. Find Carbless online and at retailers near you. Carbless. Bliss is more.
Racing fans, this summer make your way to Elkhart Lake's Road America. Hear from driver Ryan Eversley on what makes Road America special.
It's one of the few tracks on the schedule where I literally I keep checking the calendar. Like, when are we getting up there? When are we getting to that one? That's one of the ones I want to go to. And again, like, the thing that I've taken away from my time in Wisconsin has been the love thy neighbor sort of atmosphere. It's like Southern hospitality, even though we're all the way up there. And to me, that's something I just can't say enough good things about. So when I go up there, I've had fans come up to me that told me, they're like, I don't like the car you're racing, but I like you, so I'm cheering for you. I'm like, okay, I appreciate that. So, it's literally one of the best places I've ever gotten to go as a race car driver. And I've even gone up there just for coaching, and I get excited because I know I can go to the gearbox and get a gearbox melt, which is one of the food spots at the track, which is famous too. So, I'm stoked, man. I'm actually really stoked to get up there.
Find schedule and ticket info today at roadamerica.com. This is the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
The next edition of Behind the Bucks is here on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher. Buckstar share their experience from competing on the world's biggest stage, the Olympics, from battling against their Bucks teammates to teaming up with fierce rivals, all for the glory of a gold medal. Behind the Bucks offers unique access and deep storytelling for Bucks fans unlike ever before. Presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Find it on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcast. Now, Pebble, that's different from Giannis's brother thing, right?
Correct. It's completely different, yes.
So how do we get in touch with Giannis's brother so he can interview John Anderson, and who can give him all the stuff on all the track stars at the Olympics?
Tony Cartagena, who's the producer of the finale show, we can get in touch.
Thank you. I'll get in touch with Tony, and we'll let us know ahead of time, please, Professor Anderson, unlike the Olympics, so that we can make sure to listen to it. Talking to the professor at Missouri, John Anderson. Also, you're still of ESPN, so people should know that. It's not like you're not employed by them anymore. You just have different duties, correct? Do I have that right?
Yeah. I get to work for them about 20 days a year.
And I may have asked this because I'm still fascinated with anything you talk about with the Olympics. What was the biggest surprise of the dominance of American athletes in track and field where you said, I didn't see this coming? You know who I thought, because this was my dream growing up, to win the men's 1,500 meters, and then Kip Kano beat my superstar legend, Jim Ryan, and then Marty LaQuarrie was great. And I thought this was like, all right, hold on, Billy Mills, which is probably the greatest upset in the history of Olympic long distance. And I thought maybe the guy that won for the U.S., maybe that's Billy Mills, but I looked it up, and no, that dude's a stud and has been. They just didn't think he was going to win the gold, right? Hooker, right. Easy name to remember.
Hocker.
What?
Hocker.
That's not what they called him.
H-O-C-K-E-R. Yeah, it's Cole Hocker.
They did?
Yeah, it's Cole Hocker.
Okay. I mean, I know you're right, but I swear I heard him call him Hooker.
Pride of Indianapolis, Indiana.
Right, and he went to Oregon, and he's been a stud for a long time, right?
Yeah, but still, I would put that in as a shock. Like I know he thought it is because that's what you got to do. But they had two cats there that
the guy from Norway.
Yeah, Jakob Ingebrigtsen.
Now, did he win the 3,200 or not?
The 5,000. He won
did?
the 5,000. Yeah, which is what 3.1 miles. Yeah,
right. I mean, he's the man in distance running now, right?
15 and 5. Yeah, but this is the third straight big meet he's gotten. Somebody's put a whipping on him in the 1,500. He chats a lot. He likes to yak, and this is the third straight time that they got him.
Well, but I can tell you, if he's a distance guy, he's got to go out faster. It can't be close at the end, or somebody's gonna catch him because he's a more distance. If a guy's that good at 5,000, shouldn't he be able to start stronger and just go too fast for people to catch up with their? Go ahead. You told me I was wrong, so go ahead. Tell me why I was wrong.
He went out really fast.
I know. I watched it.
The guy ran what 3:26 this year. So no, he's as fast as they come. These guys just. They race a little better than he does at this distance. He can win the time trial, but now in here and in the last Olympics he was great. He ran 3:20, whatever the old Olympic record was, and beat a guy named Timothy Chariot, who's unbelievable. He's just the last couple of times guys have kind of figured him out, and they know how to race him.
Well, catch him from behind. Right? He runs out in front from the beginning, I would bet, or not. Am I wrong on that too?
He did this time.
Which I assume he's given some
5,000 he runs off the back. 5,000 he always runs off the back. 1,500 sometimes it depends how fast he thinks the race needs to go. But these guys were great. And then but that was
Did you predict he could win the gold?
Hocker, yeah, I thought he had a chance. But I still, and the kid from Notre Dame, this Jared DeGoose, is great too. I thought maybe he had a little better chance. But Hocker's just, he's tough as nails. And I don't, since we talk to people, like you said, I don't know if they like track and field or care. But this guy, I've seen him in the NCAA twice in a mile. They run a mile. And he closed the last 200 meters in like 26 seconds. And then 90 minutes later, he ran the 3,000 and he closed in 26 seconds in the last lap. Like, imagine running that fast and still being able to run 26 for the last 200 meters. Like, he's a flat out stud.
So am I going to have to remember how to properly pronounce his name, because is he now one of the great American distance runners ever?
Yes, because Jim Ryan never won the 1,500.
Kip Keino,
yeah. That was one of the thrills. So as you know, I have no love lost for Kansas, right? I don't like any of those people.
You felt bad for Jim Ryan. You had to.
Well, I wasn't quite old enough to remember 68. It was 3. But 3 years ago, they had the very first inaugural, because that's what inaugural means, is the very first. They had the first class.
Did they call it the very first inaugural?
No, they just called it the inaugural.
All right,
so they had that was just me being redundant, because I can't do that. I can't go teach a class and say that, right? I got to be on my P's and Q's.
Yeah, they'll call you Professor Redundant. That's what
you'll. But they inducted the first class of the College Track and Field Hall of Fame, and I got to meet him for the first time, and that was like pretty big. I'm like, wow, there's Jim Ryan. Like, he is. I know. I wish everybody did know what a legend he is, because the guy ran 4 minutes as a schoolboy back when that wasn't a common thing. And
now, did my buddy from California, I believe it's Henry Hines. I'm not sure you would know this, but when Beeman won the long jump, that was supposed to be Henry Hines. He was dominant at USC, and I don't know if he pulled some sort of muscle or something, and he was the favorite to win it. And I'll have to check to see if he made it. Is it old people that got in there?
I'm trying to think. I think that was
Al Order, or
well, he was throwing a disc. I think the guy that was bronze was the great Ralph Boston.
Yes, I messed him up. Thomas was the high jumper that you mentioned in the 60s. And again, I want to let everybody know that, yes, I know you don't care, but I don't care that you don't care today.
You should
John
care.
Anderson, no, John Anderson, Professor Anderson was at the Olympics, and I just want to hear you talk more and more about these athletes. And I already know, though I don't remember her name, that she runs the 400 hurdles faster than most women run it without the hurdles.
Yes. And here's the other one. Here's another one.
She has a long name. She's married.
Sydney McLaughlin. Yeah, Levrone is her husband. You're going to love this. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Guy named Roger Stona won the discus.
Never heard of him.
He was in the Packers.
A Jamaican won the discus? Give me a break. Jamaicans don't win the discus.
Thank you, but he did. And this guy was an invitee and was at the Packers' first mini camp this year. They invited him for a tryout. He wore 64. He had Jerry Kramer's number on. He was in Packers mini camp. Then he went, because he was a tryout, so then he went, I think he went and tried out with the Saints. And neither team
he's not
bit.
Another one of these guys that goes to an American school and then
he went to Clemson and then finished at Arkansas.
I can't even remember the sport. A guy who goes to Arizona State. Oh, the great French swimmer. Yeah, he goes to Arizona State. What is that?
It's not uncommon.
I know.
We have foreign exchange students all the time. Why can't they compete?
No, they can't.
It's just nobody gets mad when they're in the lab. Nobody's mad when they're playing piano.
I understand, but I mean, it's Jamaican discus. Come on.
It was a bit of an upset. But the fact is, the Packers had him in their camp.
Yeah, we got to get him on the show.
I sent Wes Hodge a note. I'm like, hey, you need to tell the Packers sign this guy back. It's kind of like getting Kenny on, let him play wide receiver. Like, dude, you had an Olympic gold medalist in camp.
You had Simone Biles' husband. Yep. Now he's gone. Now you got to bring the discus guy in. Yeah.
You got to bring him back. Bring back Roger
Can
Stona.
you get him on the show?
I could probably find Roger, yeah.
Yeah.
We can find him.
Yeah,
I tried to get a hold of Kenny again, but I think he's going to run in Europe for a little bit.
Your show's going to be on a long time. We can fit it in whenever you can get him.
But we'll get Roger.
We want to get him on when we find out that they are coming up with the sign for Rice Lake.
Or we start getting on it.
No.
And by the way,
that's the easiest thing in the world. You tell me how the mayor of Rice Lake says no. Hey, by the way, buddy, mayor, tell me the second most famous person from Rice Lake versus a guy who has 2 silver medals in separate Olympics.
I've mentioned the name before. The guy that played for Marquette that was a really good high jumper, played basketball. Come on. You know his name.
Ellison. Yes.
Isn't he from Rice Lake?
I've got to check. I don't know that they are. That's
okay.
Good. Excellent point.
Brother might be from
he
Rice
didn't
Lake.
win any. The greatest dunker Marquette's ever had. They put him in the corner.
Dwayne Wade played there.
I know. No, he dunked better than Wade. Isn't even close. I wish you get the video. I thought he could fly. They didn't give him the call. I thought from when he left, he was flying. It's like his whole body was even with the rim. I got to get tape. I'm going to work on tape on that. Yes, the greatest dunker ever at
What's
Marquette.
his name?
Wally Ellison, I think.
Wally Ellison. Yes, Wally. Yes,
Couldn't play a lick, but oh, baby, he could dunk.
He was great in the layup line.
That's right. Who could be more? He's got to be playing. He should have been playing for the Globetrotters. I don't know if they ever signed him up, but it would have been good. All right.
I'm going to look that up.
I've just lost track, and I don't care. Do you have a car, boat, ATV, or motorcycle taking up space and storage in your garage? Consider donating it to Rawhide Youth Services, co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Sherry Starr. Faith-based nonprofit that helps thousands of youth every year right here in Milwaukee, some overcome trauma, suicidal thoughts, and live better lives. They need vehicle donations. And I believe this started, someone told me, because Bart Starr donated his winning car from when he was MVP of the Super Bowl. That got everybody else involved in the vehicle donations. And as you mentioned, they have... Rawhide has a special, what do they have? They honored Bart Starr with...
they got a museum now.
Yep. And I think that car's in the museum. But anyway, your vehicle donation can make a difference and has a special place. Rawhide.org/donate. Learn how you can help today. More track and field stuff, and I don't care if you don't care. Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94, right about at Highway 83. We got an accident off on the left shoulder, so watch out for that. Looks like there aren't any too many delays with that. It's pretty much far out of traffic. Beyond that, eastbound 94 is going to be slow from just before Highway 164 all the way to Calhoun. Back on the brakes from 92nd Street all the way to about Hawley Road. Westbound 94 is also backed up out of the Marquette out to Mitchell Boulevard. And southbound 43 slow from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette and over the high rise all the way down down to the KK River. Northbound's backed up out of the Marquette up past Keefe. Traffic is brought to you by Two Men in a Junk Truck. Have unwanted clutter or junk? Go to twomeninajunktruck.com for a free, no-obligation estimate. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 64. Tomorrow, mostly to partly sunny and warm, a high of 82. Weather is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Faith and Bigora, lads and lassies. Irish Fest is almost here. One of the great Milwaukee summer festivals. And we'd like to send you there. Compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Purchase any 1 18-pack of Miller Lite, Draft, or 64, or Coors Light, and receive 1 free ticket to Irish Fest. But don't delay. Tickets go quickly, and I know you don't want to miss all the great Irish food and beverages. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Discount Liquor, voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us this week for your free Irish Fest ticket.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Michael Quizon is the IT Systems Administrator at Great Midwest Bank. Before switching to document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, they had a printer problem.
We talked to James Imaging. We said, we need to take down the number of printers that we have. What can we do?
The experts at James Imaging Systems researched your printing process, overall workflow, costs, supplies.
So we went from probably 120, 130 printers down to 50 some odd printers.
And
our cost from supplies perspective went down. I mean, we're talking about thousands in a year. So we saved a lot of money by bringing James Imaging on.
Michael, the benefit as the bank's IT Systems Administrator?
I don't have to deal with printers. One less thing on my plate.
Anything to add about your experience?
In terms of James Imaging, they've been a great partner.
Switch to document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
For love of the game.
There's nothing like being selected to the Olympic team.
And love of their country.
Championship of that level, gold medal, means more.
Tune into Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Inside stories from Bucks stars on the agony and triumph of competing to win it all at the Olympics. It's Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls. For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 years. Restrictions apply. Tell them I sent you and get an additional $250 off your project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
So excited to hear from John Anderson about the Olympics. He did all the track and field for, well, he did it for, I didn't listen to any because I didn't know he was on. And I watched the network all the time because you could get the stuff. It starts about 6 in the morning. For Peacock. All right. Now, first of all, we need the goat story. I apologize. You mentioned that you need to get a goat.
You got to get a goat. In the morning, they had a good friend of mine doing it for NBC. His name was Bill Spalding, and he would do it, and they picked that up, and then the evening they picked us up.
Okay.
For whatever that's worth. So the American hurdler that won the gold medal, Grant Holloway, who is a decent friend of mine. He's the guy that was on the last SportsCenter I did after winning the U.S. trials. He came on. And so I sent him a note. I'm like, dude, congratulations. You finally won. You know, you got your gold medal. Your resume is complete. Great. And I didn't hear from him for a day, and that's fine. Man's got a lot of money to make and Adidas people to see and everything. And then I got one, and he said, did you really say this about me, that if Grant Holloway wins the 100 meters or win the 100 hurdles in the Olympics, then I'll buy a goat. And he had found, somebody had sent him a clip from 2 years ago when I was doing the Boston Marathon. And we were talking, Eliud Kipchoge was in there, who was the greatest marathoner ever.
Did he win? Did he win it this year, or who?
No, he won. He won 2 in a row, and then didn't make it to the final. He had to drop out. He was injured this one. Right. Anyway, so I said, listen, if there are 2 goats in track and field, because Eliud Kipchoge on the roads is it, and I said if I ever had 2 goats, I'd name one Kipchoge. I would name the other one Carl Lewis, because there still has never been a better track and field athlete than Carl Lewis.
Excuse me, I just want to let it be on the record that you left out Bibi Bikila. And how you've left him out is beyond me. Man wins the marathon with no shoes. Yep. 4 years later says, give me some shoes.
He's the only other guy that's won 2. Well, no, I think
somebody else may have won it, but no one has ever won them with and without shoes.
Right,
am I correct?
Right. Okay. Yes, correct. The great Ethiopian runner, Bibi Bikila, in the height of
wanted to name my oldest son after him, and my wife said no.
Was killed was not killed, but he was crippled in a car accident. Yep. And, he was.
All right, back to your story. Sorry to interrupt.
Anyway, and then Carl Lewis, because Usain Bolt's great, but he never won a long jump gold medal, and Carl's got 4 of those.
Yes.
So in this, as we're doing the commentary, the person I am doing it with, Kerry Tullifson, the wonderful athlete from Minnesota, ran Villanova, says, your friend Grant Holloway is going to be really mad. And I said, listen, when Grant Holloway wins the Olympic gold medal, then I'll buy a goat and I'll name it Grant Holloway. So that's the first thing he sends back to me. Dude, you got to make good on this.
I can help you on this part of it.
And I'm like, dude, it's 2 years ago. You can't hold me to this. This is, he's like, you got to buy a goat. And then he sent a message and he kind of put it out somewhere that he's like, John Anderson has to buy me a goat. So I'm going to go over here. I know we got a little farm over here where they do stuff and they have goats. So I'm going to go buy a goat. I'm going to name it Grant Holloway, and then we're going to figure out what we need to do with said goat.
Right,
and if we can send it to these people, I would love to send it to your contacts.
No.
Because then Grant would think that's awesome that not only is there a goat named after him, but that it would be doing some good in the world. I think he'd just because he's the kind of guy that wants to do good in the world, so he'd love it.
All right, now here's what I want to do, and you tell me if I'm wrong on this. Okay, you tell me you buy a goat. This is Friends for Health in Haiti.
Yep.
And we will honor him as... And I'll tell her to have the goats will be in his name. Mm-hmm. All the goats will be in honor of him, and wherever they keep the goats or buy the goats, we'll honor him in Haiti. In terms of the goat purchases will be in his name, and I'm sure they'll do something. I mean, we could name one goat after him, but that's not good enough. So you've said, not only am I going to buy a goat, my friend Homer, they're $50, but we're going to see if the Friends in Haiti will put you as the honorary name for all their goat purchases since you were a goat. What do you think?
I'm all in. Tell me where me what I have to do to help sponsor this.
Yeah, I got to write down his name again because I still can't remember his name.
But that I can help.
Financially
I can help. And like I said, if we can do good in the world, this guy will.
You can buy as many goats, but we will honor him, and she will gladly do this since I'm the goat guy up until this point.
You're the goat guy.
Passing it along to him, and so every year we'll try to buy, when they have their event, like 100 goats in his honor. What was his time?
He ran 12:99 in the final.
Okay, so that'd be like we'll buy 13 goats in his honor or something.
Sure.
I don't know. There'll be, but yes, Goats for Friends for Health in Haiti is now going to be in his name as a result of you, and so he can't complain forever.
I'm writing this down. Goats for Friends. And it's
Friends for Health in Haiti is the name of the lady.
Friends and Health in Haiti. Is she an American woman that has moved there?
She was a nurse and started this whole thing, and it's amazing. And she'll be happy to do it. Friends for Health in Haiti, and there's going to be a new part of their website. The goats in his honor. What's his name again? I got to write this down. Send me the information. I don't have the pen in front of me, but this is awesome.
This is who you need to know. He's one of the greats. He's one of the greats of all time.
I know, which would fit. And I don't think they've had anybody. I mean, how could she not listen to the goat man when he says, "All right, here's what we need to do to the goat," or there'll be some way we honor him, like the first 13 goats or something. It's gonna So. Tell him he's going to become famous in Haiti as the Goat Man. Oh, yeah. All right, back to Back to track.
What did I miss while I was gone? What did I miss? What's the most important thing that happened in the state?
Nothing.
The Brewers, I noticed, were about the same. They kind of won a few more than they lost.
We
so
can
they're
get
in
to that.
good
We have to
shape.
take a break, and then we have to finish with other questions I want to ask you about.
All right. I want to know what else I missed.
All right, so no, the
missed a touchdown
the women's
pass.
marathon, the lady won easily. She's the superstar, right? Do I have that right?
Oh, she's out of this world good. She won. She ran the 5,000, the 10,000, and the marathon.
Correct.
And medaled in all of them.
Yes, which had never been done before.
Right? Emil Zatopek in 52.
Oh, Lassie Varon didn't do it when he cheated and blood doped. He didn't even. Was that 72 or whatever?
72 won the 5 and the 10. 76 he won the 5, 10, ran the marathon and finished 4th or 5th.
Right.
Off the medal stand.
Right. And Steve Prefontaine is the greatest long distance runner or ever who didn't do as well in the Olympics as everybody thought. So that was when he was going to win, right?
Yeah, he was. He was young. He was still at Oregon at the time, and then obviously was killed before Montreal. Otherwise, we would have really gotten a feel for just how great Pre was. But he was 4th at the Olympics in the 5,000.
Let's see what other else. Shot put. I've lost track. You mentioned American won it.
Yeah, Ryan Krauser. He's only won 3 in a row.
All right, now we have the Discount Liquor Twitter poll question because, yes, you were right. The Ellensons are from Rice Lake.
Yes.
By the way, the Flyer, he did 7-5 and something at Marquette.
Nice.
But Henry Ellenson, Pebble, will let John Anderson vote, and then we will take the break. Please read for him our Discount Liquor Twitter poll question.
Who is the most famous person from Rice Lake, Wisconsin? Henry Ellenson, 18th pick in the NBA draft, or Kung Fu Kenny Bednarik, 2 Olympic silver medals? Early on in the voting, Kung Fu Kenny running away 88% of the vote to 12% for Henry Ellenson.
Is it that easy?
I like how you said that. He's running away with it. Yes, he is.
Is it that easy? 2 silver medals are that much better than the... Now, it probably hurts Henry Ellenson that he played in a grand total of, I think, 80 NBA games. If he'd have had a little better career, do you think he could compete with Kung Fu Kenny? Is it that wide a difference? There's just nothing to be in a first-round NBA draft pick. Isn't that special? Okay, that's good. I thought it would be closer. I would vote for Kung Fu Kenny, but I mean, I have a personal interest. I know about him and everything. Would you vote for Kung Fu Kenny if you didn't know him? Two silver medals or the 16th? Was he 16th or 18th? I've forgotten which it was.
The world is filled with NBA first-round draft picks outside of lottery that are driving Ubers. So, I don't know that it sounds.
You're right.
good,
You have to do more once you get in the NBA. You're right. There aren't that many people that have 2 silver medals.
Yeah.
That's a great point. All right.
And the list of guys that have 2 silver medals is still probably really impressive.
Yes.
As opposed to the list of the guys that have, that were 18th round draft picks.
And we would have never asked the question if he had a gold and 2 silvers.
Done.
Yeah.
He might get it.
More track and field from Professor John Anderson. And yes, if you're just joining us, I know you don't care about track and field, but I don't care that you don't care, at least for this one show. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on 94.5 ESPN. Wilde and Tausch.
Did you get nervous as a player, first of all, before matchups with Bruce Irvin or whatever it might have been?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
He's such a jerk, isn't he? He just can't help himself. He's got perfect kids. They eat all of their vegetables and everything else. And nothing, but Jason loves to throw pot shots whenever he can. Have you noticed that about him?
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN.
There's a good chance you're on a budget. We all are. But she wants a diamond. You know it. I know it. And Robert Hack Diamonds knows it too, because they offer a huge collection of lab-grown diamonds, and they sell them at crazy prices. How about 2-carat total weight diamond studs for $8.95? Robert Hack Diamonds can get any size, shape, or clarity in natural or lab-grown diamonds. Don't buy until you call Robert Hack Diamonds. $8.95 for a 2-carat pair of diamond studs. Oh, baby! Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield and in Brookfield. Why overspend when you can save at Robert Hack Diamonds for the same diamond you're looking for? Some jewelers are charging nearly $5,000 for a lab-grown diamond. Not Robert Hack. Your visit will be worth it, and she'll think so too. Robert Hack also offers repair services and cash for your old gold. But remember, before you do anything, as I did, RobertHackDiamonds.com, and visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield.
They say seeing is believing. And when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
The hottest deals of the summer are going on now, exclusively at the Kunis Auto Group's Dog Days of Summer sales event. Get sizzling savings on your next vehicle from the automotive pros at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealership. America's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs from both Buick and GMC, all marked down with incredible August Dog Days of Summer discounts and savings. We're also offering incredible Dog Days of Summer discounts on our entire inventory of select pre-owned vehicles. Choose from over 1,500 vehicles on lot and online. While online, check out dozens of August service specials on everything from brakes, tires to oil changes. Plus in August, simply stop in and register to win a $250 monthly cash prize. Plus chances to win a $10,000 monthly grand prize with absolutely no purchase necessary. All at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealerships in both Oak Creek and Greenfield. It's the Kunis Auto Group's August Dog Days of Summer sales event going on now. For additional event info, go to shopkunis.com.
Hi, it's Haley from the newest Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek. Come see me today. Haircuts are just $20. Lady Jane's, Oak Creek on Howell Ave, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
An epic Brewers homestand kicks off August 9th, featuring a division duel against the Reds. First place battles with the Dodgers and Guardians, plus 3 giveaway games. Find the game for you at brewers.com/tickets.
I had nightmares at my birth mom's house. It was really scary living there. There were always drugs in the house. The police came, and that's when I was placed into foster care.
Right now in the U.S., more than 100,000 children, like Ariana, are waiting for a family.
Once I was adopted, I definitely felt safe.
Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find permanent homes for children in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Yes, Higher Love Cannabis Company. We're getting to how far away stuff is. Higher Love Cannabis Company, 7 stores located across the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, just over the border in Menominee, 19 seconds if you need to know. Higher Love is the only UP cultivator offering organic, clean, green certified products, which means you can count on them to provide only the good stuff and none of the bad stuff. Back to locations. They got 7. Menominee has a brick and mortar, though most people seem to use the drive-thru. Higher Love Cannabis Company, less than an hour from Green Bay. Higher Love, less than an hour from Green Bay. Higher Love Cannabis Company, 2 hours and 18 minutes from Milwaukee. Higher Love, 2 hours and 18 minutes from Milwaukee. The most selfish show I've ever done. I don't care if anybody's listening. I don't care if everybody has given up, because I want to talk track and field because John Anderson was at the Olympics. And now we're going to have goats for Friends for Health in Haiti in honor of Grant Holloway. Though, Professor, I do have a question. Could he maybe, before we do this, that'll be next April, hold the record for the fastest time ever? He's, I think, is he behind by like 1/100th of a second?
Yeah. He's 1/100th behind. He ran 12:81, the world record with Aries Merritt's 12:80.
Yeah, because he's already going to get 13 goats, but to add that he also has the fastest time ever. What do you think the chances are that between now and April? Could he do it?
I don't know. I know that all those guys have targeted so hard that week, and there's maybe 2 or 3 good races left. I do think it frees him up a little bit, right? You got your gold medal. Now you can just run all out. His problem, he's a little too good and a little too fast. And those last few hurdles come up on him a little quick. And if he was 2 inches shorter, he'd have the world record. But right now it's a little tough.
Explain that, please. If he was shorter?
So he's so tall.
Right.
Like, he's not obnoxiously tall, but for a hurdler, he's very tall.
Right.
And he's so fast that by the time he gets to the 8th, 9th, and 10th hurdle, he gets a little closer to him than you'd like.
Wow. And there's nothing he can do.
He's only so tall. Yeah. If they could move him back about 4 inches each one, he'd run 12.6. But Like, he's never lost a hurdle race at 60 meters since he left high school.
I know,
because
I saw that.
He's so fast. He's
since
just so
he was
fast
16 or something.
Yeah, because that's the perfect distance. And then when he gets to 100, like when he lost in Tokyo, it's because a guy ran him down over the last two because they get a little tight.
All right.
These things happen.
Since the Olympics is coming to L.A., right? The next one?
It's great. Yep.
Tell
28.
them why everybody should get their tickets and go see track and field. As I say, and you're old enough to know, Don King it. Because now...
So you need to go because these are where the best athletes are, okay? They may not be the most skilled, like in shooting a basketball or doing something like that, but they are the greatest athletes. They're the most in shape. And nobody can tell me they don't like track and field, because every time somebody says that to me, I go, do you remember who the fastest kid in your neighborhood was? Most people do. And I always say, did you ever talk to your buddy and go, hey, we're standing here, put your books down, I'll race you to that tree? Everybody's done that. Everybody's been in track and field. And they lose sight of it. We have other stuff going on. I get the NFL, but it's still for pure competition, and you watch it and it rates really well.
And it's still big in Europe, right? These people go, athletes are leaving the U.S. and go professional. That's what Kung Fu Kenny did, right?
Yeah. Yep. And I've never met anybody that went to a race. It's kind of like the hockey players. Like they say, if you get them in the building, it's much better in person than on TV. I've never seen anybody go to track meet and come away and go, wow, that was sort of boring. Like, it's to watch these guys run, to get a sense of the speed of how fast a real 100-meter guy goes. You're like, wow, that is faster than people I see who think they're fast in football. Or to watch somebody run literally at 10,000 and you're like, there's no way they can run that fast for 6 miles. They're going to have to stop at some point, It's like the marathon. Those people never stop. They run that fast the whole way. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
so I want the lady to win the 400 meters with hurdles when nobody else has hurdles. Can you add hurdles and still run it just because you think you're that good? Can you add stuff?
I don't know. Yeah, you don't want to make a novelty act out of her like Jesse Owens racing a horse, but she could do it over against a lot of people, man. She's great.
This is great. We'll get back to the Packers unless you have more track and field stuff next week. And yes, I understand. We didn't talk Packers. I don't care that you don't care. This show was just for me personally, and thank you, Professor Anderson, for all the track stuff.
Again, I missed 3 plays from Jordan Love.
That's no problem.
We'll survive for another week.
I got to mention American Place Casino and tell everybody it's a half hour south of Franklin. American Place Casino, located in Lake County, Illinois, just a half hour south of Franklin. Every second I have remaining, I'm telling you, American Place Casino, located in Lake County, Illinois, just a half hour south of Franklin. Did I tell you? American Place Casino, just a half hour south of Franklin. I can get it in one more time. American Place Casino, just a half hour south of Franklin, on the tee. Hope they were listening to track and field. Somehow they got to mix the track and field into golf. I wouldn't count on it. Next.
Traffic.